how do I decorate? That's how I decorate, is literally throw things at the wall and see what sticks. That's the harvest bag. No, I don't want to examine it. I want to unpack it. Honestly. Unpack. Professional here. Let's unpack that as well. And then we'll do the... I'll actually leave those. And leave those. There we go. Right. What I'm going to show you is how I place things. So there are two ways of decorating. There's like, actually, I shouldn't narrow it down to two. There's about 12, depending on how you personally want to do it. Probably about a bazillion then, however many people are actually playing this game. So I'm old school. I use Shift and Control and mouse scroll. And I'll go through both options. I'll use my Shift and Control with mouse scroll, and then I'll show you up in this top left corner here, hopefully you can see it, the decorator mode as well. You'll have to forgive me because I'm a little bit, the decorator mode is very sensitive, and you'll see why in a minute. So I want to put a bookcase down. It's in my bags. I'm going to right click in a house or a guild hall, and I'm going to click place, and you can see it appears. You've been having battles with decorator mode. Me too, me too. You see it's coming up, it's already here. It's wafting around as I move my mouse. So as I circle my mouse around, you see it move. If it's green, it means it can be placed. If I try and put it inside something, you'll see, oh, it doesn't, it flashes red. If it flashes red, you can't place it. I've got my hand off my mouse, so nothing's happening at the moment. I can move my character around, no problems. Hand is off the mouse, nothing's happening. It's still floating. Nobody in the guild hall or in the house can see that apart from me. So if Gwynion's popped in, he can't see this bookcase flying around. All he can see is me standing there. Thank you, Gwynion, much appreciated. If I want to move it to, at the moment it's like that. I want to move it so it's flat against the wall. What I'll do is I'll scroll with my mouse wheel, and it'll rotate it on like 360. Each item of each piece has a point that it turns round on. Sometimes it's in the middle, like it's this one, so you can kind of see it's rotating round on the middle. So the rotation is going to be that very middle triangle. Other pieces have where it's slightly off on one side, and that's where they move, so they'll swing more than rotate round. Is that making sense? So as you scroll with the mouse wheel, it'll move. So all I'm doing is scrolling the mouse wheel. I'm not doing anything with my other hand on the keyboard. It's just literally the mouse wheel. If I want to resize it, say this is way too big, I'm going to hold down Shift and move the mouse wheel. And it's going to shrink down to its very smallest. So now the hands are off. And this is how small you can get it to go. So if you are a Fae, Rotonga, Halfling, a small character, you can take something that's absolutely massive and shrink it down to something that's a bit more your scale. Likewise, if you want to go big, you hold down Shift and rotate and scroll your mouse wheel again, and it'll go as big as that. That's how big it goes. It'll stop. That's how big it'll go. And there you go. So it doesn't really want to sit in the guild hall nicely at this level. This is very high. So I'm going to hit Shift and I'm going to rotate my mouse wheel again to get it to come down to sort of a medium look. And that's that. If I wanted to shift it up and down... Hi Cascade, how you doing? Thank you for the lurk. If you wanted to shift the piece up or down, say you didn't want it on the floor, you wanted it hovering, hit control. Press control, and while holding control, scroll with your mouse, and it'll go up. And if you're still holding control with your mouse and coming down again, it'll go into the floor. And it'll go into the floor all the way, I think. This one will. Some of them will, some of them won't. It's gone. It's off. Okay. So now I've screwed it up. I'm like, oh no, how do I get it to come back? There's two ways. I can either hit control and scroll up until it turns up. It's now a road bump. Or I can press the escape button. And if I press the escape button, it brings it, it's off. My mouse is gone. My mouse has come back to the normal mouse. There's no more bookcase. It's still in my bag. It's there. And then I can right click and place it again. And it's returned itself to its original size and original position on the floor. So I can now hit shift a little bit because I kind of want it in that bit there. Oh, can't do that. Can't go back that far, but I can go back that far. Let's have a look. It kind of sits in there, doesn't it? We've got a little bit of a gap there, but that's okay. We'll fix that in a second. So there you go. That's how I normally do it. That's how I kind of get things in position very quickly, just with shift and control and scrolling the mouse. So you hold shift, scroll the mouse to get it to go bigger or smaller, depending on which way you scroll the mouse wheel, and then to get it to move up or down on the Y. Is it the Y axis? Somebody will tell me. Press control and hold control and then scroll with the mouse wheel. If it goes wrong, just hit escape and it'll return it to however you had it. So I've now placed it in the guild hall. If I right click and move, I can move it. It'll do a jump. This is what I find is if I right click and move, everything starts, it starts to move immediately. So you can just kind of pick it up, waft it around, put it in a different place if you want to. If you don't want to, press the escape button, it'll return it. Also works if you pick something up accidentally. If you've if you clicked on something accidentally and you just hit escape, it'll return everything back to how it's supposed to, or not how it's supposed to be, but where we found it. So that's how I mostly do things. I'm just checking to make sure it hasn't come through the other side as well, because I've had that before. So let's try the other one. So I'm going to try the wrist one there. So I'm going to right click place, and so it becomes a hover on the old mouse. So if I move the mouse from left to right, you can see it's going with me. Don't worry about it becoming red. It just means I can't put it in the table, unfortunately. So I'm going to scroll with my mouse, not hitting any buttons, and I'm going to put it so that it looks as if it should be there. There we go. So it's going to go in that corner there, but it needs to go a little bit bigger to fill the space. So I'm going to hold shift and I'm just going to tap a couple of times and scroll my mouse wheel while holding shift. I'm going to do it too quickly because I don't want it to go too big. Just kind of want it to sit there, I think. So I'll then left click with my mouse to say yes, this is where I want it. And oh, I think we went a little bit overzealous there. So that looks a little, it doesn't look right, that doesn't. It's a bit tall, that. So, is there anywhere else in the room it could go? No short kings, I know. Maybe if we move this chair, we're going to right click and move, and then I'm going to bring the chair with me. And I'm just going to pop it there. Could be, that's what I'm thinking, maybe a diagonal across here. What do we think? So I'm going to right click and move. I'm going to take myself and the bookcase over to the corner. I'm going to rotate it round. You can still move your character while you're rotating if you need to. I'm going to pop it maybe there. I might shrink it a little bit by pressing hold shift and then bringing it down with the mouse wheel, sorry, and then maybe there. So I'm going to take my fingers off shift and I'm going to left click and it'll place it. Oh, that looks better. What do we think? If I scroll in, that looks better. We've just kind of cut off the top, but I think we can get away with it. Yeah, like it's meant to be there. It's absolutely perfect. Amazing. And then what I might do is I might move that chair back. So I'll right click and move, bring it over, and give it a little bit of a scroll, just to line it. There we go. There were some books somewhere, weren't there? Clutter of old books. I'm going to right click place, and it's going to, so we can put them kind of in that spot there. Just going to rotate them just slightly. And it kind of looks as if somebody's tried to find some books. They've kind of gone through that bookcase, found the books that they need, brought a chair over, dragged the chair. You can hear this chair scraping along the floor, and they've put it there and they've put the books there, and they're going to have a little read through the books. Not cleaned up, a mess must be clear. I don't know, we could have Clear's little room there if you want. Thanks, Vaughn. Yes, so that's there. What else were we going to do? We're going to have a look at this towering wrist bookshelf. Now this might be interesting, because I get the impression, I'm just going to pop it down just to see. Okay, so we've got kind of a flat, where this one on the right curves over, this one is straight on. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to put him in the corner again. He might have to go maybe this corner here, but maybe a little bit smaller. So we'll right click and move. I'm going to shift over there with my character. So I'm going to do the WASD to move my character. And then I'm going to rotate it round into the corner. Kind of line it up. Maybe hit shift a couple of times to shrink it down. Try that. Well, kind of. We could actually go a bit bigger, couldn't we? There's a gap at the top. So it looks like it might be one more scroll up. Let's try that. And yeah, we can definitely go backwards a little bit more. So let's right click and move. Pop him in the corner maybe. And then go a little bit bigger. Let's try that. I'm going to go until it peeks through, and then bring it forward so I know where I am. Oh, a little bit. Okay, he's cutting off that side there. So let's shift that around a little bit. Oh. Just there, I think. Just make sure. Can you see it? So just above my head on the bottom shelf, there's a little bit of white popping through, and that's how I know that I found that corner. So I just need to bring it forward just a little bit on my mouse. So I'm just moving it with my mouse. All I'm doing with the mouse is moving the mouse forwards and backwards. That's all I'm doing on the mouse mat. So I just got it there. So if I press that, press left click. There we go, that's better. It's almost like it's supposed to be there. It's kind of built in. We'll leave that like that. We'll have a go with that for there. Slots in nice, it does. And we're just breaking up that white just a little bit. We're bringing in some warmer colours. I don't know colour theory myself. I kind of do. I know it's opposites on the wheel and stuff, but yeah, that's okay. Now I can do the same for rugs. We've got a couple of rugs. Now we've already got things on the floor, but that should be okay. We might hit a problem if the middle of the rug is in the centre of something. So I'll show you. So we're going to right click and place, and there's the rug. So that's the default size of it. And again, I'm going to press down shift and I'm going to scroll my wheel the right way. And we're going to make it a little bit bigger. And then if I move my character, I'm thinking, there we go. So there's going to be a point with rugs, I think it's normally in the middle of the rug, is where there's a spot where it's like, if that cuts into something, it kind of gets it a little bit janky. So if that happens, you have to move everything out, put the rug down, and then put everything on top of the rug. We're kind of layering here. Scroll the wrong, yeah, if you scroll the wrong way, you'll end up with a coaster for a cup. Exactly, perfect. So I can't quite get it in the middle. You can see as soon as there's like that starburst in the middle of the rug. If I move it into a table, it starts. Oh, it's doing it. Oh, it was doing it for a second there. It starts it. It's having like a little bit of a moment. So I'm going to pop him down there. We could ideally have that rug in the middle. Could be a little tea set for sure. But yeah, so what I would do is if I really wanted that rug there and I wanted the desks on top, I'd have to move the desks out, put the rug down, and then bring the desks back in. So that's how I do that. It's just because there's a point in the middle, or there's always a point in any of the decorations where it needs to have open space around it so it can be placed. And it's different for everything. I'm trying to think what do they move in this? Yeah. Everything I've got in the room, unfortunately, is something that will move from the centre and rotate round. I'll try and find something that's got sort of a point at the bottom, or at the two ends of it, so it kind of shopping trolley rotates around more than circles. But if I find anything, I'll shout out. So that was there. There was another rug, wasn't there? Is it a longer one? Yes. So I'm thinking that one might go. See if I can get it to go nicely in that square there. Will it line up? Yeah. It's kind of got a nice little border there. There we go. We can stick that one there. I might actually come back and move that. And then the grandfather clock as well, wasn't there? So he's that size normally. Where would be a good place for him? I don't know whether... Maybe across this wall here, maybe here. Hello, hey, see how you're doing? Maybe just slightly bigger. We'll pop him there. So again, I've technically spent money because I need a subscription to get these, but I haven't spent money per item. I've just bought a subscription and done some quests. So if you do have the all access subscription, these quests and these items are all available to you. You could get them, and they don't disappear when you've had them as well. So if I stopped my subscription, they wouldn't be taken away from me. So if you really wanted to, you could pay for a 1-month subscription, grab all the items, well, do all the quests, then grab all the items, and then maybe stop your subscription. Or if you weren't somebody who's going to have a subscription every month, you don't need to. So they're not taken away from you. They're just there now. It lives there. This bookcase is here now. Oh yes, I was going to show you decorator mode. So while I've got these bookcases here, I'll show you decorator mode, which is something that was implemented into the game and is a little bit more complicated. So all I do is I hit shift and control, and it just uses up and down, and it uses side, backwards and forwards. So it's like the X and the Y axis. X and Y axis, isn't it? So what if we wanted... What's the third one? Is it Z is the third one? I want to say Z. Somebody will correct me, hopefully. Somebody will tell me. But what if I wanted to tilt it? Because using shift and control, I can't tilt things. What if I wanted to bring something forwards, lean it forwards, or lean it backwards? That's complicated. And this is where decorator mode is going to be needed. So I'm going to go to the top left of my screen, and in the middle, well, you've got three options. You've got leave house, which will exit you. You've got house window, which will bring up the guild. Well, it's the guild hall one for me, but for you it'll be a house item or something like a house window. So the middle one is enter or exit decorator mode, and always be careful when you've entered decorator mode to come out of decorator mode, and you'll see why in just a second. So if I left click to enter, nothing's telling me that I'm in decorator mode until I hover on things. Can you see now everything's glowing? If I hover over things, all the items start to glow. So if I come off decorator mode, you can see nothing's glowing. Nothing's there, nothing's highlighting. So I enter decorator mode and everything highlights each individual item. So if you've got something that's made of a lot of different items, each of those items will glow. There's a reason why I'm in here and not in the other place where I've actually done some decorating. Because if I move the picture and yaw of those, I'm gonna be it's gonna be a trouble. Anyway, so you can still right click and move your mouse, move your character, or move the camera, sorry. It's just left click you need to be careful of. So I think, yeah, we'll do the grandfather clock. Although we can do that actually, that's not a bad one. It's probably going to show up more on this bookcase, isn't it? And if I mess it up, I can always right click and pick it up. So it's glowing at the moment. I haven't done anything with it. I'm going to left click once, and it's going to bring up the decorator window. And we've got the normal things. So you've got move, there's up or down, there's pitch, heading, roll, scale, and pick up. So move does the normal, moves it around. So you can, it's almost like you've kind of picked it up. It's on your mouse, and wherever you move your mouse, that's where you're moving the bookcase to. If I hit escape, it'll go back to where it's supposed to be. If I left click again, as you can see that, if you saw there, that's highlighting, this one isn't. But it's still movable if I left click. If I left click, it's still available to be moved with. I can move it up or down. If I do that, all I'm doing is, it's almost like I'm pressing control, but I'm not holding on control. So it's just going up and down. But you can see that it's going up and down with no issues. How we had it before. So before, where I was holding down the control key, this is just moving it. But it's not, if I wiggle my mouse from side to side, you can see my mouse moving, but this thing isn't moving. The bookcase is staying still. All it's doing is moving up and down. It won't shift from side to side. So if you have it in the right place, but you think, oh, maybe I should just move it up and down a little bit, you can do it here now safely without shifting it from side to side. So let's say I want to put it up a little bit, or even maybe down. Maybe I want that bottom of the bookcase to be in line with the bottom of the floor, or the floor itself. So I can click, and then it's gone down. So you can see it's into the floor now. Next thing is the pitch. So this is how forwards and back it's going to go. How much of a tilt towards you or away from you. If I hit pitch, if I move it now, you can see it's kind of coming down on me. Oh, I've taken it all the way through, sorry. So there we go. And then if I bring it all the way up on my mouse, I'm pulling the mouse towards me, it's going all the way down. So let's say you wanted the bottom of something. I can just see the bottom of it now. That's it. It's all in the wall. If I want to bring it back and move the mouse away from me, and it's coming down. So if you like something, but you're thinking, well, I like it, but it could do with being a little bit upended, or it could do with like being on the side or something. This is how you do it. You do the pitch. So you can do that. Let's have it sort of leaning towards the wall a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit. There you go, it tucks it in, so you can see it's got a little bit of a lean. You can see down here, it's a little bit further out than it is at the top here. If I click again, and we'll have a look at heading. That's how much it's twisting. How much do you want it to go to twist? So it looks, it's still there. If I move the mouse up and down, you can see the mouse indicators going up and down on top of my head, but it's not moving up and down. All it's doing is rotating around. So the actual item is staying static where it is. It's just moving up and down a little bit. Not up and down, it's moving side to side. It's rotating round on its axis. Rather than me just scrolling the mouse wheel, it's moving. So let's get it there. I don't really need to twist it slightly. I just need it to, can't do it now. So I'm just going to hit escape, and then it'll rotate, it'll go back to normal. And then left click again. We're going to do the roll, which I think, I forget what roll is for this. What's roll? Oh. There we go. That's roll. How'd you like it? So let's say you've put a flag on the wall and you want the flag to be slightly different, slightly at an angle or something, as if it's waving in the wind. You can use the roll, and you can see it's on that middle bit. So it's on the triangle in the middle. That's the point where it's rolling from. Definitely going to need some bookends, you are, for sure. So if I'd got it, managed it, and I'd put it in a completely random place, I can kind of just move it slightly. I'm going to hit shift because escape because I don't need that. Scale is you drag the mouse forwards and backwards to scale it. So again, it's how big or small do you want it? But again, it's anchored. It's anchored in place. You decided where you want it. You've said, I need it against this wall, but maybe I want it slightly bigger or slightly smaller. And you've kind of gone, well, okay, let's have it here. So it kind of doesn't, yeah, we'll get it so it doesn't cut into the mouldings around the edge. We'll do that. We'll shrink it just a little bit. There we go. We've come away from the mouldings there. And we're just slightly cutting into the mouldings there, but it's fine. No one's going to notice. So that's those, and then pick up is I'm going to pick it up and put it in my bags. So only use pick up if either you've completely messed up and you just want to start again, and that puts it in your bags and resets the item itself, so it will come back out at its default size and default location. So that's how I used it, pick up. I used pick up as I didn't want that to go there. I need it to come back. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to come off decorator mode. I'm going to exit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slash house. So I'm going to slash and write house. And that will bring up this housing item. It'll also come up on the house window there as well. I forgot about that. This is how old school I am. And what I can do is I can go to the items tab and I can see every single item that's in this house. So if you ever lose anything, if anything ever disappears behind something or under the ground or way up in the ceiling somewhere, and you lose it, you've no idea where it's gone, you've left clicked and it's placed it somewhere and you've gone, oh, where's that? Because it's gone beyond the... Sometimes it'll go beyond the ceiling, it'll go into the roof and beyond. You can use the house tab the house window, sorry, come to the items tab and then have a look. Some of them won't be able to be picked up if it's an heirloom or a no trade item, and if it belongs to somebody you won't be able to pick that up. So hopefully it's not a no trade item or an heirloom item, because if it is, you'll have to send it back to the person and have them come in and replace the item for you. So we are looking for Neriac. Is it, I think it's called blue or something. I will just have a Ooh, Azure stained glass square. What do they look like? Can't tell. Okay. There's a lot of them. We've got loads. There's black marble. Black marble. Each item is individually listed. So if you have like 12 black marble poles, it'll be 12 of them. It won't be a stack of 12. It'll be 12 individual ones. There's lots of black. Blue, here we go. Blue marble tile, that's the one. Retrieve. That's dropped into my box, into my bag now. So if I bring my bag up, you can see there's a blue marble tile, and that's what it looks like. That's what I'm thinking is going to go do well with the teak. So I need quite a few of them, don't I? So let's retrieve a lot. You can see it's the number. I don't know if you can see the number going up, but it might not look like I'm actually retrieving items, but I am. I can see the number going up. I'm going to take them. I don't think I'll need 18, but we'll try it anyway. What else can we do? There's a cobblestone square. What if I retrieve that? I don't know if I like that. I'm going to put that back. I'm going to right click place. There we go. It's going to be a pile of stuff as I'm having a look. Crystal mosaic square. Retrieve that. Have a look. That's interesting. Place that back down. I think that'll do me for now, because I just want to do stuff in the ferrite cupboards. That saves me making stuff. Well, let's steal a couple of those. Yoink. I think that'll do me actually, because I could stay here forever. But I'm thinking we do the flooring. So I'm going to leave that. What I'm going to do, what I can do though is I can leave the house. There we go. So if I leave the house, I can get back into the guild hall, because it's letting me do that because there's a portal in the guild hall. So I now have the ability to switch from I have the ability to go from through that portal to the Isle of Mara house and then back into the guild hall, because that portal is there. It's kind of created almost like a wormhole or like a tunnel between the two. We've got something like that on there now, is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking, I pick that up. I'm thinking we do something like this in the hall. Is that too dark with the teak? I might put some rugs down and things just to break it up a little bit. But I'm thinking if we start with that on the floor, yeah, thank you, goes nicely, much appreciated. I'm just going to place them. I don't know if it's going to... maybe. Is that going to stick out? No, we're okay. Didn't quite join up, so we're going to examine. Not examine, we're going to right click and move. I'm going to see if I can get it to join up. There we go. I'm just going to haphazardly put these down. We're going to test. just while HC does his work. This is how big we can get it. How big can we go? Gosh, that's massive. Okay, that's a big square. There. Okay, that's covered up that, hasn't it now? Okay. What if I put it there instead? Yes, but I've covered that one up. Plus, as it's got bigger, you can kind of see the lip around it has got bigger as well. So it kind of, you can kind of see the difference between the two. If I look just above my knee, we've got quite a thick layer from this tile, the blue tile, and then a thinner tile layer there, so I'm not sure. Let's shrink it back down again. There we go. Maybe we can put it in that space. Something like that. Experiment a little bit. I'm quite lucky that this one doesn't have much of a pattern. Some of the tiles have more of a pattern to them, and it's a little bit obvious when you've got them lined. If you don't line them up perfectly, you can kind of see the break in the pattern. Right, okay. Let's move this one. Aligned there. Just trying to align them slightly so they kind of run into each other. I think that looks okay. We can put colours down. We'll have a go. We'll have a go anyway. So if I put that one there, now what's happening is, can you see that glitch that's happening? That little, if I move it, you can see that glitch is happening. And that's because the two tiles are kind of fighting for who's on top. So you can, it's almost like instead of sitting nicely on top of each other or nicely underneath, they're kind of jostling for position as you look at them. And this is where the decorator mode comes in useful, because you can just click on it and you can change the pitch ever so slightly. It's going to be one of those where you kind of, every time you move the mouse, it's going to look a bit stranger. Let's come out of decorating mode. It's still there. Hang on. One of these does it. Is it the roll? Yes. I want it to very slightly roll a little bit so it's underneath. Let's try that. Come out of decorating mode. There we go. We've got less of a glitch. You can kind of see that it's lifted on one side, but if we cover that with a rug, no one's going to notice. Is how I do it. There is a third method which involves taking a layout file, and this is where anybody who's good with maths is going to excel with it, because it's using Excel or Excel equivalents. Take a layout file and you can kind of change the very small adjustments. So if I took a layout file, I could find out which tile this is by my location, and I can figure out which tile that is, and I can move it very slightly so it no longer moves inside itself. And I can make minute adjustments rather than decorating mode and pitching and yarring and all that sort of stuff. I can actually take a layout file and calculate it myself. I say myself, I don't do these things. Hello Jason, how you doing? Yes, you can move, resize and rotate in the 3 different axes using that layout file. That is completely different. There are wikis and how-tos online. That's not something I'm going to try and teach you how to do because I have no idea how to do it. So I'm going to pass that over to other people who know how to do it. I'm going to say go and have a look. But if you know, if you know sine, cosine, tangents, if you've ever used those or you understand how they work, the layout file is probably going to make more sense to you. But you can make minute adjustments. So you can have it so that it's very, very small adjustments and you would not see the line that's here. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm good, Jason. Thank you. Yeah, much appreciated. It's Wednesday, so we're looking forward to the weekend. We're nearly there. We got it. But yeah, there are. I don't know who did it. Was it Sheb? There was somebody who did them, and I can't remember their name. I'm sure it began with J. Their character names. But yeah, there are. I think the forums have links to places that you can use as well for making the very minute adjustments. But yeah, it's out there. If you're mathematically inclined, it's probably how you're going to make more use of your time figuring stuff out. For sure. I just like to jankily put stuff down and then sweet talk somebody into doing it for me. I usually have somebody who's very good at maths at my disposal, and I can ask them how that works. So I might get somebody to do me a tutorial. That's going to go over. It's gone over, but it doesn't look. We've kind of lined it up. You wonder who that is. I don't know who that could be, Magnet. I really don't. Who could that be? So maybe if I make this a little bit bigger. This is the one I moved, isn't it? Pop it there. Just kind of seeing if this colour works. So I was hoping to move stuff around. And I think it does. I need to get some pictures on the wall. I don't think I've got any. No, I didn't pick any pictures up, did I? Oh, I picked the arch windows up though. That might show me. That might break up the wall a little bit. So the things on the wall, I'm just going to be doing the exact same way that I did the bookcases. I'm just going to right click and place. But they're going to go on the walls. So that they're only going to want to go on the wall. They're not going to want to go anywhere else. Like if I try and put them on the ceiling, they're going to go red. They're going to say, nope, we don't belong on the ceiling. Maybe if I make that a little bit bigger though. Because I'm thinking Guildhall, it needs to be a bit bigger. Maybe a couple of banners down the side? What do we think? Maybe a couple of those thin banners? We could do that. You've picked your class for the TLE. Are you going to share it with us? A barbarian troubadour. That sounds amazing. That's going to look really fun in the troubadour hat. You know, that's it's kind of pointed and it's got a feather on the end. Yeah, he's going to look fabby in that hat. Ah, you're going on Skyrim. Got you, the Skalds. Yes, the warrior poets. I like it. That's cool. Yes. Do we have any banners? Can we make a banner? Yes. So let's have a look. What sort of banners can we make? Oh, can't tell. The lighting is a weird thing at the moment. It's Grand Prankster. Could do the Grand Prankster there. Banner of the Bitten. Okay, that's sticking out. A charred banner. kind of not got any. That's a red one. I don't really want red. High keep. Fordel mist. Oh, that would be a good one. Fordel mist. Could do something like that. That's kind of bright, because it would bring in the blues and the greens and the oranges we've got on the walls. But I need some items. I need some. I don't know where I get that from. That's going to be somewhere high level. Now, those might be nice on the wall. Maybe if I zoom in and kind of put it there. What do we think? Those colours. That might look okay. Like either side. I'm thinking that. Could do something like that. This is the danger of decorating, is you find one or two items you like and you haven't got the materials. I mean, you can buy it on the broker, but it's going to be expensive. Just because of it being AB. Well, you know, lifesavers be expensive. When you go in there, I will come back and neaten it out eventually. Kind of looks a bit janky. I'm going to have to put some sort of rug on the floor, I think. You spent all your spent all my money on house items before. By accident, of course. Yes, I believe you. I've also done the same. I've accidentally bought a load of house items. What I may have to do is come back in. What I might have to do is take out that fireplace, completely put the flooring in. It's a bit like putting carpet down, isn't it? And then put this tiling back on top, because you can layer it like that, no problems. At the moment I'm just kind of trying to see if everything not sits nicely, but goes nicely. So it is a hodgepodge, and I promise it will look better eventually. We're doing the throw it against the wall and see if it works. You know when you do the when you're looking to repaint the living rooms, I'm gonna have to go over the top of that a little bit. Ah well, that'll be alright. It doesn't quite match up, but we can kind of see what we're looking at. If I turn off my personal torch in the options, is it lighting? Personal torch, there we go. There we are. We won't get a reflection off my torch now. You know, before I got like a little bit of light following me. I've taken that off. So I think that kind of goes. Got a couple more. So we've got that one, that window, and then we've got that window. That window kind of matches that one. So we could, like, oh gosh, it's so small. We could place that, maybe. Oh no, I don't know if I like that. They're going to be different types of windows, aren't they? I don't know. We'll leave it like that for a bit. But it just kind of... Oh! Made me jump. Ding! It does kind of match the wood on the side, kind of matches the teal, so that's okay. Are they the same height? Not really. How's that? Is that better? Down one. This is gonna... This is where the decorator thing might come into use. We'll do that. We'll do move up or down, and we'll bring it down. That's not... That's moving it in or out. That's not moving it up or down, is it? Hmm. Okay. We'll move it. Yeah, maybe. We'll try that. Well, that looks nice when I turn around and look at that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Oh, I got the ferrite cupboards because I was thinking... I don't know if they'll go. But I was thinking maybe that would be just like a little bit of a... that's the wrong angle. That's not going to do it. Maybe there. I will move the ferrite. Not the ferrite, the fence. Maybe that. Just to give it a little bit of a... you can see the handles. You forgot about the class hats. Well, you've got to do the class hats. The class hats is the only reason to do the class. They are really cool, some of them, for sure. I like the Defiler one, which is either a bear or a wolf, depending on who you're... maybe I'm concentrating too much on... Nah, I don't know. It's the handles. I don't think the handles go. Just handles in brickwork. Although I do like that line down the middle. Nah, I don't think we need it. Oh gosh, move. Let's move it out of the way and then we'll pick it up. You like the Conjure one? It's 10 of 10. Nice. I'm a bit partial to that one myself. I'm gonna pick them up. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know which one I'm moving. I'm just gonna move something and then try and pick it up. Right. Maybe we could do the red around the edges. Let's have a look. See what we think. I skewed it while I was... Let's just check it's not come through. Nope, we're okay. Maybe just a little bit more. But yeah, this is how you spend hours in the game. I mean, I've been online for an hour and a half, and I've managed to put some flooring down. Oh, we did bookcases as well, didn't we? We started with the bookcases. So I've been here an hour and a half and I've put 1, 2, 3 bookcases down, and a grandfather clock, and some flooring. Need to look it up since we won't have... Yeah, no, we won't have Hallas at the moment. So the barbarians... Wait for it, hang on. Wait. Let me consult my guide. Now, will you be a Freeport barbarian or will you be a Kinosian barbarian? That's the thing. Keynos 100%. I think you're Greystone Yard. Let me look in the instructions. Not instructions. Greystone Yard. 78. Page 78 if anyone's interested. 78. Greystone Yard. Yes, dwarves and barbarians live in Greystone Yard. If you remember that. If you remember what it looked like. I can show you Brass's map of it, or Brass's map of it. That's Brass's map. Let me move it a bit forwards. There you go. But yes, that's where you'll be. You'll be in there. You'll be in Greystone Yard. If they bring back all the... yeah, that's blue. All the housing. They do take time. They do. I've lost days to decorating small houses. Oh gosh, sorry, Yvain. I just ran into you. She just sat there, very tiny. Hello. It's very tiny Yvain there. Wondering what I'm up to. Hello there, indeed. You're hyped for the old neighbourhoods, for sure. Same. Looking forward to them. See, I'd got 5 because I was like, well, I won't need 5 because it's only a very narrow space that I'm putting together. Let's do those there. Let's put this one here. Line it all up. Okay, we can kind of see it. We can kind of see the thing. I've just got to try and ignore. I zoom in and kind of ignore it. So there's the red and the blue together. That kind of looks alright. I think that looks okay. I will need to go back in and get some more to go all the way around the edge. And obviously you can break up with rugs and other tiles. So there are, what I like to do is get a big load of tiles like this and then get one of the circular tiles or circular platforms and just pop it in the middle. So if I go to maybe only for platforms rather than circular tiles, what can I make? Not that one, that's carved. Something that sort of shape could be nice. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, that's going to cause people's computers to have us fit, that is. Other thing, yes, we can see more gaps being moved as Yvain moves things around. There we go, it moved. There you go. So that was, I don't know if you caught it, things just automatically moved there. Yvain is very good at using the housing layout. The layout, sort of the sines, cosines, tangents. I don't know if you can see her. She's ever so small. She's a tiny little fae. She's having fun. But her, she's very good at using maths to sort out where everything needs to sit and get everything to sit nicely, so that nothing kind of glitches into each other or anything like that. So as you can see, it's gone from somewhere where you can see lines where I've placed stuff. No more lines. We can't see any lines anymore. There are tiles. It is still tiled. We can still see the tiles. I can move them around. But because of how they've been set, it looks like it's just one continuous block or one continuous flooring. There you go. Oh, have you gotten bigger? Have you gotten taller? Are you using bolster? There you go. So Yvain is a mystic, she can use something called bolster, and she can make herself look very tall for just a few moments. There she is. She's gone from very, very small to very, very tall. She'll shrink. There you go. She shrinks back down. And again. There we go. There's different things in game that allow you to. I thought it was a pet or something. I played. No, that's an actual person. That's an actual person. Someone's doing that. Yeah. Oh, she's even smaller. Or has she got smaller? She's so tiny. So you'll see, like the opposite, how Yvain's gone very, very small. You'll see absolutely huge people running around. That some very tall people running around for sure. Yes, I think. Don't tell Yvain that. Oh no, she's gonna go taller, is she? Oh, the pets. Is that what it is? Ah, okay. Don't tell her she looks like a pet. Right, let's see if we can get this to line up. Oh. Oh, maybe. Where's the edges? There's the edges. There we go. Kind of, yeah. I think I got that pretty spot on. You can't tell that's 3 different squares, can you? I've run out of squares, unfortunately. So I need something that's going to go on the walls. Something that's opposite to the dark red. And I don't know whether to do stone. If I look at the block, actually we'll do divider. Let's have a look, see what we can make. So we can do, I don't think we want anything wood, we don't want elm. I'm looking for maybe granite? No, that's, I don't like that texture. Motley mosaic? Oh no, that's too bright. Let's get rid of the motley mosaic. Sandstone. I think sandstone's going to be a bit yellow. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I'm looking for... what's it called? Ooh, a fancy purple and white. Oh, that's frostfell. No, we don't want that one. Ash. There's like a fulginate one, I think. Now I know we've got Tinkerfest coming up, so I could do something like that. I'm going to do a whole House of the Mosaic one. The fancy mosaic, the motley mosaic. Yeah, you could do. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to try and match it all up. It's going to be, because you've got to get that triangle there on that side to that triangle on there. You've got to match them up. It's like wallpaper. When you get the big wallpapers and you've got to match them up. So I'm looking for, is it fulginate? Ooh, what do we think of that? Hi Spain, thank you so much. Welcome to the group. Much appreciated. We've got that. So we could do little pebble stones. We could have that one. That's fulginate. There is some more. If I... what's fancy fulginate? Oh, that's going to be hard to match up. There is that one. I've seen people put that on the floor before. I don't know if that would... because if I had... I don't think that would match. We could try it. The narrow one. So there's fulginate. What's the other one called? Don't think it's sandalwood. Maybe it's iridium. It's kind of the metals. That's the iridium. So where we had sort of the rounded stones before, these are more square ones. That's iridium. We don't have any of the stuff in for that. What else can we make? So that's iridium. Adamantine. Oh, if you wanted to go proper brick, don't want to do Halasian, I don't think. No, adamantine. I want the actual divide. I want the ones for that though. Oh, here we go, the dividers. I don't know why it does it on the sides. So you could go for actual brick rather than the fulginate, which is the other. So you could go for like proper. What am I trying to say? It's uniform. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Go for uniform one. Redwood is usually used inside. No, that's not. No, that's no. Ah, I need something else from that. No, I don't want that. Oh, that's terrible. Relosium? No, we definitely don't want that. Sumac is the chairs that I've got in there, so I don't really want those. Oh, the Athenia stone. That looks... You see that moving? It's got a glow about it, that one. That's very mysterious and thingy. Mrist? I don't know about Mrist. I think that's a little bit too dark. Okay, what was it? It was a fulminate. Tool divider, fancy fulminate, was that it? That one. Got that one or that one. I think you said that one was nice, didn't you? Should we try? We can always try both. We can make both. See what we think. Let's try both. Thinking if we pop it in that square there in the middle, we can then have a look, see what we think of those. So we make tall divider. Can't blueprint it. Might make a couple of each. We'll see. Oh, I could have blueprinted it. Never mind. So that was that one. Let's have a look at the tall divider. Because we can always put two together and see what we think. Right, I can blueprint that now. There we go. Poof, done. I love blueprinting. Yeah, sorry Vane. Yes, can you see how there's like, when every time I move, there's like a little bit of a, it's almost like the red tile and the blue tile are fighting for who's on top or who wants to be shown. So yeah, Vane's just going through and sorting all that out for us. So if I place this and make it large and then charge. Didn't quite get it up to the top. Let's go back again. Try again. Try again. Gosh, this is... I might have to put a false ceiling in. I can see why people put false ceilings in now. This is quite a lot taller than this here. And what tends to happen is people... sort of where that halfway point is, they kind of put a false ceiling in, just because decorating all the way up here is a little bit chaotic. So we've got that one, and then what's the other one? It was that one, wasn't it? I'll put it sideways. Yeah, it's a lot less space to fill, as you say. Yeah, for sure. If I put that in there, so there's those two. There's the archways, and then there's the I don't know. I want to say pebble. It's almost like the old school how old buildings used to be made, which was with random bits of stone and then a lot of mortar around them to hold them in. Ah, apparently the middle of the guild hall, main hall, isn't X, Y, Y, X0, Y0. Yeah, it's slightly off. You like the cobblestone, that's it, thank you. That's the word. Much appreciated. I like that. I don't know which one I prefer more. I think I'm leaning towards the cobblestone one, because it kind of just gives you a little bit of an interesting, gives the eyes something interesting to look at. And obviously I can put banners and pictures on the wall and things like that just to break it up. Well, I've got time to go see the... Have we got paintings? What paintings can I make? What sort of painting could I do? Blue tinted impressionists. Oh wow, okay, those are new. Oh, okay, this is oh, it's the Bristlebane Day merchant. Okay. I think that night one might be nice. More cloth. Brick Castle, we could, ooh, that might be like the outside of the guild hall. Oh, Seashore Cliff. Painting of a castle. Oh, a stone castle, maybe that one. That's on the woodworking, we can make that. Need to be nearer to the... Ah, there we go. So she's fixed the flooring now. So before, where it had all the lines looking a little bit strange, it's all smoothed out now. Waiting for something to go on top just to break it up, because your eyes get a little bit bored looking at the same thing, the same colour. So we need something else to look at. What do you think if I did that? Well, that is going to be... That's as big as it goes. I need a bigger painting. But maybe something like that. I'd have to put in... Because if we did the ceiling from that halfway, that would be the ceiling from the the top of the screen where I am. So that would be okay. Do that. It just kind of breaks it up a little bit. I could put different paintings and maybe some banners and things in the way. Maybe one of those. Would one of those be too much? A window. What if I put the window there instead? Drag the window over. There with me. Let me move that. Let me pick that up. Oh yeah, because it's covering that blue. So if that was the top, trying to line it up, it would be something like that, wouldn't it? And then maybe that guy can go maybe underneath, just to give you something to look at. Maybe. And then maybe some torches or something on the sides, because I can always do... Oh, mind you, there's torches there. There's torches already on the sides. But yeah, this is how to play around with things on here. There's I've lost days trying to sort these. And then you start building up and you're like, okay, so what goes underneath? Is it like a table? Is there like books on the table? Or are we talking sort of maybe it's kind of like a check-in place, so we put like maybe a box and a chest so people put their things in there. Sort of like how do you want to role play? What would you want in an entrance to a guild hall? Sort of you just come in from the wilds. What do you want to put into an entry hall to sort of break up what's happened? Oh, I tell you what, we can do that one on the other side, can't we? Something like, let's get it to match, because it looks a bit weird if it doesn't match. So something like that maybe. That looks better. I can see what's happening now. So you could do something like that. And then maybe... Yes, a mud room. Come in, kick your boots, take your coat off. That's what I'm thinking. So the floor would be quite bare because everybody's coming in, like you say, with the muds and sort of thing like that. Maybe some sort of area here to place all your kit. So maybe some sort of mannequin that's dressed up as if he's going to help you take off your armour and things. Something like that maybe. And then like maybe a chair or a bench. Probably have to be a bench. I don't think it'd be one of those nice chairs in there. I don't think it'd be one of these. Yeah, like a Guild Squire or something. So this is like your nice... I'd put carpets and things in here to make this plush. I still don't know what I'm doing with this area yet. Maybe some sort of relaxing place to kick off or something, like you say. It is the first impression for visitors. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So you kind of want to be grandiose too. Yeah. I mean, if we wanted to, if we killed some dragons or something, we could put their heads around the edge. We could get the guild trophies. And we could put the trophies around the edge. We can get like the different, like Dorathar's head and Foxy's head and all the other dragons that you can kill off, all their heads and stuff. Do the trophies. Sounds good. I'm gonna have to go kill them now, aren't I? We're gonna have to get together to go give them a fight. But yeah, something like that, and then maybe some sort of trying to think what other amenities we can get in the guild. So we can make something of the travel bell as well. We could probably put that on a platform. Maybe build that up a little bit, put it on its own little pedestal, not pedestal, but you know what I mean, put it on like something separate, and maybe put some sort of something around it so it looks a bit more magical, because at the moment it's just sat here. Give it some sort of maybe a map on the wall or something. There is a star chart. I think one of the collections gives you the big, it's like a big star chart with like a gold border. There's something like that you can get. I think that might be interesting, as if you've sort of plotted where you want to go. Hello. And then maybe in here, might have to do that bar thing that everybody else does. Maybe some sort of bar or R&R type place. Something like that. Just so people pop in. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe the dragon heads, we'd have to go and get some. We'd have to go and kill some stuff. Might be the next guild outing. Might be the next group outing to say, hey, we're going to go and kill. Well, I suppose I could do. I'm doing. If I get 100 followers, I'm doing Speak as a Dragon, and that's the start of the prismatic line, which ends in killing off Dorathar. So we'd have at least one head if we manage to kill Dorathar. Still see the edges of that. I reckon you see the edges of that, but not that one. Maybe. That's oh, that's bigger again now. I'll fix it in post. But yes, so that is decorating. Hopefully it's giving you kind of an idea of what's there, what's out there. There's no need to do any adventuring if you didn't want to, so there's no need to go and kill stuff. If all you wanted to do was come in and make things for houses, that's perfectly fine. I've not killed anything today. I've not had any interactions with any enemies or anything like that. You can see in the corner above my head the daily objectives, and all I've done is craft different items. I've not done any quests. I've not, like I say, killed anything. All I've done is gone up to Stunted Frontier to grab the bits that I've already done the adventuring for. But even those are not killing things. It's running around exploring places, so they'll ask you to go to a certain place. What's my hourly rate going to be? Oh, I don't know. The economy is going to be very new, isn't it? It's going to be gold. It's not going to be a lot of money, because obviously it's a new server. the economy's not going to be great on there. But hopefully some of these tips that I've given you, you can go away and try it yourself. Do go and try it yourself. You get stuff for completing quests when you're out there. So even if you're just dotting stuff around in your house, it's still technically decorating. It's still technically trying stuff. But yeah, so everything here is either player made, so it's either something that I've made on my character, or it's something that comes round in the festivals. We've got a Bristlebane merchant on at the moment for Bristlebane Day. There's a load of recipes there that you can go and purchase. So like that mosaic, this one, this blue and the triangle one, that's available at the moment, but it's for a limited time. But it uses in-game currency. You don't need to have an account. You do need to have an account, but you don't need to have spent any money. So anybody can pop in free to play, grab some in-game currency. There's people, if you're on the AB server, there's people handing out bags and money, like platinum, daily. So if you pop along when they're on, grab yourself some bags, grab yourself some platinum as well, some money, in-game currency. And then you can pop to the merchants whenever they appear for the festivals, and pick up their recipes. Normally it's specifically, the crafting pieces are specifically for their for their recipes, but those are usually something you can harvest anyway. So at the moment we've got the Bristlebane, so you've got the shrubberies out there, the glowing shrubberies. They're very obvious. You will spot them all over the place, I can guarantee. But yeah, so it's all out there. Again, you don't need to spend any money. There's no need to touch the marketplace. This is all just made with everything that we've got the recipes for, or we've picked up along the way. These crafting stations are purchased from if you have what's called status. So if you do questing or hand in items that are worth status, you can use that status to purchase. It's another currency basically, and you can purchase these things, these crafting stations. But if not, crafting stations are available all around everywhere, for sure. They're free to use. You're proficient. I do accept cookies as currency. 100% will take cookies as currency. For sure. I do enjoy a cookie or two. Definitely. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I think I've done enough decorating. Yvain's going to carry on, I think, mooching stuff around and changing things. And then I'm going to come in and go, oh, can I put this down? And change everything for her. But yes, I will be back on Friday, my normal time. This Friday I'll be doing a heritage quest, because we hit the follower goal. Nope, that way. I'm learning. We hit the follower goal for these boots. So I will be doing the dwarven, is it the dwarven work boots, I want to say? I'll be doing a very long quest line basically. It'll probably take me a little bit, most of the stream. So join me for that. I'll go through what the dwarven workbooks are, what heritage quests are, why we're doing heritage quests, and what the advantages are. But yeah, that'll be the next point that I do. So I do appreciate you all joining me. It's been wonderful to show you this side. I do enjoy the crafting, the decorating. I do like putting things together and seeing how things build up. So yeah, if you ever want to join me, links are everywhere for us to join us. Like I say, it's all free to play. There's no need to pay any money whatsoever to join us in this game. And all this is available without any money spent.